come. There, he met a woman of extraordinary beauty and refinement, with skin as white as snow and a voice like a nightingale. Her name was Tamana, and Totaro fell in love with her at first sight. Totaro followed Tamana home and discovered that she lived in the same town in which he had met the same Beto. He also learned that she was unmarried and that her family wanted her to marry a man of rank. They demanded, as a betrothal gift, a casket of 10,000 jewels from whomever wished to marry Tamana. Totaro fell into despair, knowing that even if there were 10,000 jewels in all of Japan, he would never be able to procure them. Though it seemed impossible that he could ever make Tamana his wife, he could not get her lovely face and sweet voice out of his mind. It haunted him so much that he refused to eat or sleep and became so ill that he could not even lift his head from his pillow. It seemed that he would die of a broken heart. The same Beto, whom Totaro had cared for in his time of despair, entered the house to care for Totaro in his last days. He apologized to the same Beto, fearing that after his death, the same Beto would lose his home and his means of survival, and would die as well. The same Beto was so touched by Totaro's compassion that he began to cry. Great tears of blood spilled from his green eyes and down his black cheeks, but by the time they hit the floor, they had hardened into splendid rubies. At this sight, Totaro instantly found new strength and began to gather the jewels. The same Beto, astonished at Totaro's recovery, stopped crying. Of course, the flow of jewels also stopped. He begged the same Beto to continue crying until he had 10,000 jewels, but the same Beto regretfully replied that he could only weep when he felt true grief in his heart. Seeing that Totaro's sickness was cured, the same Beto was filled with nothing but relief, and thus could not cry anymore. The same Beto suggested that they visit the bridge where they had first met to reminisce, and perhaps he could cry again. Next day, Totaro and the same Beto visited the bridge. They ate fish and drank wine, and watched the setting sun. Seeing the sun set over the sparkling sea, and with a little help from the wine, the same Beto thought about his former life in the sea and his happy days in the Dragon Palace. He was overcome with homesickness and began to weep profusely. A great shower of jewels covered the bridge. Totaro began gathering them up. When he had collected 10,000 jewels, he shouted for joy. At the same moment, a delightful song was heard far away in the sea. Like a cloud, a glorious palace made of coral, the color of the setting sun, rose out of the water. The same Beto leaped with joy. He explained to Totaro that the 8 great dragon kings must have granted him amnesty and were calling him back home. He bade his farewell to Totaro, thankful for his kindness and their friendship, and then dove into the sea. Totaro never saw the same Beto again. He brought the casket of 10,000 jewels to Tamana's family and presented them as a betrothal gift. Shortly after, Totaro and Tamana were married.